is Johnny Wrestling or Johnny Takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to just listen. Like, we're involved right now. It's crazy, it's loud, it's hectic. We're in New York City, but I want you to listen to the No Holds Barred Network.
Enough is enough.
The No Holds Barred Network with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the EVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And I'm going to smack Ray with his smart ass. I thought we were past
I was
this.
Just checking the time. I'm sorry. I was like,
I thought we were shenanigans.
I can't promise much. I'm sorry.
Wow.
But what's up, everyone? This is the Law Ray Ramundo, and we are back with another edition of Under the Ropes, and we are joined by a very, very, very special guest here with the Selfie superstar himself, Too Hot Steve Scott. How's it going, sir?
It is going perfect. How are you guys doing tonight?
I am excited. I'm ready for this interview. Been looking forward to it. So.
Oh wait, we're interviewing him? I thought we were just gonna chat. Huh?
Do we not have questions again?
I didn't make questions. I thought we were just chatting.
I thought we were just taking selfies.
I was here for the selfie seminar.
Oh,
all
right.
I guess we'll interview.
All right, here we go.
Well then,
Yeah, all right.
Wait, I gotta take a selfie. Hold on. There we go. I took a selfie.
Taking selfies?
Oh, okay. We don't know what she's doing. All I heard was click. Okay.
See, I can't take any selfies right now because my phone, I'm using it to...
So we'll take one for you. It's okay.
Thank
I'll
you.
take one as well. There we go. There we go. The funny thing is, if anyone's listening to this in audio format, they're like, what the hell are they doing?
Yes.
We're taking selfies, people. That's what...
Yes. And I'm not. I should be, but I'm not.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. Share the stream, like it, get some people in here. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. We'll read them out for you throughout the podcast. Let us know if there's any issues so we can fix it for you guys as well. So if this is your first time coming to the No Holds Barred Network with Under the Ropes, we interview everything when it comes to independent wrestling, wrestlers, promoters, behind the stage, referees, you name it. Everything's important in the independent world. So, you might not know Steve Scott here, but you're going to know after this episode. So, are you ready for this? You okay?
I'm ready.
Ray, are you ready?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. Let's start off with a little basic here, okay? How did you become a professional wrestler?
In training, I trained at the Ace Pro Wrestling School in 2006. My trainer was Jay Lethal. So that's all I wanted to do since I was like 6 years old, just be a professional wrestler. And I turned 18 and I went to a school, and the rest is history.
Wow. How cool is that?
Yeah.
That'd be like cool to like really like train under him, like.
Yeah, it was pretty great. And like in my class too, well, she came later on, was AJ Lee.
Mm-hmm.
She was in my class. So after I was like a year and a half in, she came into the class and she was new. So we helped like train her and stuff like that. And she would just beat the hell out of us. Yeah, this little tiny girl would just beat the crap out of us. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Wait, can I ask like a question? So it's like, how do you like not, like being a fan, like sometimes like even like me to see like wrestlers and stuff and like fangirl, as I want to call it, or mark out or whatever. How do you not, like, Ray's laughing at me, but okay, like I understand like Ray gets it, but I'm just really curious like how, like with you training under Jay, like how did that feel? And like how did you not have like a mark out moment with that?
I mean, at first, like my first day in class, yeah, you're standing right in front of the guy and he's telling you how to wrestle. But after that, when you're in pain, you're taking those bumps and you're sweating, you just hate that man because he's making you run these ropes and run around. It's probably, like, oh, just please stop. I hate this guy. I hate this. But, it's all good and fun though. I knew what I was getting myself into, and, love it.
That's pretty cool.
I love being a professional wrestler.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry for laughing, Tiff. I always laugh at the question because it's like
Why?
I think it's the same way. Once I started training, it's like you just after a while like nah,
Well, listen,
you're just
It goes quick. It goes way quick. Yeah.
there's a lot of fans
And
out there that don't know this, so that's why I'm asking
and
the question.
this was right before TNA, so like he wasn't like the guy he is now.
Right.
So this is before TNA and before Ring of Honor. Actually, he was in Ring of Honor before TNA, but this is him like way back before.
yeah. I would say this was like pre like the big like
Blow
this
up.
would be like Special K Jay Lethal. Around?
No, like a little bit after that. A little bit after
No,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like it would be after that time that's what he would be known for. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So let's keep it going though. Let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about character evolution here. So how do we get from the Steve Scott in like the 2008 2009 era to the selfie superstar that we know today?
Well, yeah, in 2000, well, I started this selfie gimmick, or it's not really a gimmick, it's actually me, but I started that in 2012. Before I discovered my phone and bringing it out to the ring and taking selfies, I was just the cocky, arrogant, typical, I confident, just in the ring, and I look way better than you, and and then I was always that guy in the gym, just selfieing in the gym, and my friends were like, why don't you bring that into your act, like bring that in the ring? I'm like, that's stupid. No, I'm not doing that. And then they kept on telling me, and then eventually I just brought it out to the ring one day, and like the crowd was going like nuts over it, and I was like, wow, this is great. And then so I just tried it, and that was it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes it just happens, right? It's just like
History
it works and it caught on.
And the first time I ever used it was versus Matt McIntosh, and that match is on YouTube. So if you see us from 2012, I think, I don't know, it's like a JCW show, me versus Matt McIntosh, and like that was the first time I ever used it. Ever used the gimmick, and ever since then I can't stop.
Matt Awesome's in the chat. He said most gimmicks are homegrown. Justin's in the chat. He said favorite wrestler growing up.
Favorite wrestler growing up, I would say Mr. Perfect. I remember him as a kid, and I thought he was like the coolest guy when he was hitting the gum in the air and towel behind the back. I just thought he was really cool, and like, yeah, I loved him. And this is a weird one, Yokozuna.
Oh yes.
Yokozuna.
Yes.
I just thought he was cool. He'd just jump and just land on guys and just splat people on the mat. And it's a weird one, but as a kid, he's somebody I remember a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a weird one, yeah.
No, not really.
No,
Like you're
hey,
like
again,
bringing.
it's those larger than life characters too.
Yeah.
That's what you grew up watching
Yeah.
wrestling.
You bring me back like to like when I watched
Start
when I
doing
was a
his
kid.
moves. I think I'm gonna start doing all his moves in my matches now.
There you go. I'm here for it.
Is just gonna change the name of the bonsai drop to the selfie drop?
There
It's
you
just
go.
gonna do
Yes.
Same motion. And
You
just take a
drop
selfie while falling.
and then you take a selfie right after.
Oh.
See?
I like that. Write that down. Put that one down. Oh
See?
man.
There you
The
go.
selfie drop.
Yeah, the selfie drop. See? You never know. Okay,
Never
so
know.
congratulations are in order as your return to professional wrestling at Synergy's
Ah,
Black
thank you.
Friday events. So,
Right.
getting to be a part of the best of the light heavyweights, the question is, how did it all feel? Like, I know I was so excited when I saw you come out, and a couple of people were around me that didn't know, but I marked out. I was so excited for you.
That was a crazy day for me because coming into the building that day, Colin didn't want anybody to know. Even the guys on the show, like my friends on the show, I didn't even tell them I was coming to the show. And so, like, there's people that come early to the show. I don't know if you guys come early and just kind of like chill on the side, maybe. So he's like, I want you to come in. I want you to wear a hood. If you get in the ring before the show and you want to go in the ring and hang out, make sure you wear a hood. I don't want anybody to know. So, like, right before the show, there's a few people standing around the ring. I'm in there wearing a hood and my mask on, and I didn't want anybody to see I was there. Yeah, it was real, like, it was real fun. And, like, that whole day, that whole 3 months leading up to that, because I was in the gym every day trying to get in shape and stuff like that, and emotions all over the place, because I honestly thought before that day, like a year and 10 months before that, I wrestled the match. I thought I was done for good, like life started taking over. I gained like so much weight. I blew up huge, and I honestly thought I was done. And then one day I was like, this has got to change. Like I'm me when I'm in the ring. I'm me when I'm performing. You know what I mean? So ever since then, I changed my diet, changed what I've been eating. I'm in the gym every day in the morning now. I can't stop, and I just knew I had to get back. And then when I found out, Colin asked me if I wanted to be in the best of light heavyweights. My first ever independent show was Jersey All Pro Wrestling. My first ever. Like I didn't know what independent wrestling was. I went to Jersey All Pro Wrestling, and the biggest match on the shows were the Battle of Light Heavyweights. It was insane. So like being in that, like, man, wow, it just emotions were like crazy. Like, and it was a crazy day. It was a crazy week. Yeah, it was nuts. And yeah, it was like one of the top moments of my whole entire career. For sure.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's amazing right there.
Yeah.
I know I popped. I was all the way. I unfortunately couldn't make it, but seeing that on IWTV, I popped. I was like, okay, this makes sense now. Because when Colin was telling us, he was trying to give us hints like, oh, think of who would make sense, who would bring that Jersey All Pro vibe. And when I saw you, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Because I remember the days watching you against like Bandito Jr., facing Arcadia, I'm like, okay, so it made sense. He gave us the hints, but it just couldn't click.
Yeah.
Right.
So it made it just so much more special. And again,
but I lost. Oh, that means nothing.
No.
That's it. It was like, nope.
All right, I lost. No, it's all good. But wait, hold on. I want to show you one thing real quick. So.
Oh, he's excited.
So no, so like Colin, he was so excited about like making me a big surprise in a match. Like remember, I came in the building, I had to wear my hood.
Right.
He gave me my envelope with my pay in it. Yes, I get paid. This is my envelope.
Oh.
I was like, who's gonna go through all the envelopes? I'm like, Steve Scott's on the show. So he gave my envelope. He was like, yeah, I had to put that on the envelope so no one would see. Yeah,
Oh
I had envelopes sitting over there. Yeah.
You could have been just there for a promo. Someone's gonna worry about. Wait, Steve Scott's on the show. It's him.
That's amazing.
Envelopes. I don't know who's getting the stack of envelopes besides him. I don't know. So yeah.
Colin takes care of everything. So, but thank you for sharing that little piece with us.
Now this envelope, it means a lot. It was just sitting over like on my counter over there. I had to put this in like a good spot. Like I can't just.
So when you put it on, when you're like insanely rich and famous and stuff, and you put it on eBay, make sure you take this clip, okay?
Okay. I'll take this clip right here.
Well then,
I'll give you guys a cut.
Well, let's keep it going here. So, what does stepping into the ring mean for you?
Wow. What does stepping in the ring mean to me? Oh, that's a good phrase. Good. Well, it's all. Well, I love to entertain. If you guys really get to know me outside the ring in real life, as you're getting to know me now, I love to be like to make people laugh and to say like spontaneous things and just get like reactions out of people, like just by saying things. So getting in the ring is like easy for me because what I'm trying to do is if I'm a good guy, I'm trying to get the reaction of the fans to cheer me. If I'm the bad guy, I want them to, boo. So like, I like being in control like that and being up on the stage and lights flashing on me and, like in that ring. So being in that ring, it means everything to me. It's like, I really believe is why I was put on this earth, like to entertain and just be, to make people like smile and stuff like that. Unless I'm a bad guy. And then, then I want people to throw stuff at me and, yell and curse at me, which is great if you're a bad guy. But, yeah, I just love to entertain and just, I think that's what I'm here to do.
All right, let me take these notes so that when you're a heel, I'll make sure I'll throw stuff at you. Do you have a preference?
You do not want to see me as heel. I mean, Ray, have you ever seen me as heel before?
Yes, I have.
At Hog, maybe, right?
Yep.
At House of Glory, maybe? Okay. I'm way different as heel. Yeah. But yeah, I have, as a heel, I've had fans like wait outside for me. They want to fight me. I have people throw like chairs at me when I'm coming out to the ring because I said something to them or their girlfriend, and they're throwing their chairs at me. They're throwing things. They want to fight me. They're online, give me threats. So like I love that aspect too. Just making people get so in like right get under their skin and them just acting like that. I don't know, but I think you're asking, do I prefer to be a good guy or a bad guy?
Oh, you can answer that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard it. I heard you asking.
No, I was just
He knew
asking
someone
what.
was gonna. He knew someone was gonna type it. That's why.
Well,
Someone was about
yeah.
to ask it.
Oh my God, I'm so torn between this because the selfie gimmick. I started it as the bad guy, right? But I was doing it, and I guess at the time when I started doing it, like, let me take a selfie. Like that whole song and that whole era, that was like the thing at the time.
Yeah.
So everyone would want to get in my photos and they cheer for me. So like, or organically, I just became a good guy.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to be like a bad guy doing this. I mean, now that the selfie phase is kind of like, it's not as hot as it was a few years ago when that song was out. Maybe I can become a bad guy soon. Maybe it'll work. But like, I've tried a few times, but people think it's cool and it's fun. You know what I mean? So it's hard, but I love being a bad guy. I love it. It's easy for me. It's I'm sure you heard people say like, it's easier to make someone hate you than to like want to like clap and cheer what you're doing. It's easier to make someone hate what you're doing. You can just do like a walk to the ring and people are like, oh, this guy's a douchebag. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
So we have to throw like old school phones at you or something. Like if you're a bad guy, like a Nokia phone.
Polaroid cameras. Polaroid.
Oh jeez.
Flip phones. Oh, people want a flip phone.
The razor, like pull out the razors from like the.
Oh.
Wow. I still have one of my old razors. That's it. Now I know.
Save
what I
it. Now
gotta
we're
bring
gonna
back.
save it when you
Don't do
turn
that
it
to me. I'm having fun. Don't make me bad, man.
Oh man, no, we're not trying to make you bad. I'm just saying, like
Oh, yeah,
I'm your
the big antenna.
Oh,
I'm your girl.
God.
The Zach
I
Morris
can't- we gotta
phone.
find the
The Zach Morris
oh.
phone. I'm just saying, like if you
I've
go
actually,
heel, I'm your girl to like throw things.
Don't do that. No, I've actually had that. I had that one time in a match. Me and Arcadia were being like a tag team in a match, and I had a guy in the move, and I'm taking all the photos with my phone. I'm like, come on, Arcadia, come over here and do this with me. And he takes an exposable camera out of his trunks, and he's taking all these. I'm like, what is that? So yeah, like. Yeah, I have a lot of fun moments.
April said beepers, and Justin said rotary dial phones.
Oh jeez.
Bring house phones. Someone's paging it.
Okay, we're having too much fun.
Stop paging the phone, Mom.
Okay, let's move on to the fan suite. So we have two fans, two questions from one
I
of
have two fans.
No, you got more than two fans. You got two questions from one fan, from our
Two
friend.
fans, Steve Scott. Sorry.
It's me and Ray. MGB Mason said, number one, what food have you eaten that you got too hot for Steve Scott?
What does that mean?
So I guess something that was probably like too hot temperature wise, maybe spicy.
I'm actually a big fan of like spicy foods though. I love like hot sauces and things like that. So what food have I had that's too hot?
Yeah.
You could probably Jeff Cannonball used to have a show. If you go on there, I'm on one of the episodes. He gave me this this hot sauce, and I ate it, and I thought I was dying.
Oh,
like I blew my nose at a piece of bread. That's how, because like here if you eat this bread, you're fine. I said, give me the bread, and I blew my nose in it because I had to get everything out of me. So
yeah, I remember that episode.
You remember
check
that?
It out,
Yeah.
guys. Flaming Table.
Oh
Go
my
check
God.
that out.
Yeah, Ray
you
was
can
talking
find
about that with him last week when we were
blow
talking.
my nose at a piece of bread. Yeah.
Oh my God. We need to go find this clip, so we're gonna like tag him because I want to see it. Okay, so his second question is, you got a reaction on your return to Synergy pre-match, but what has been the best fan reaction to your post-match?
I think you cut out a little bit, right, when you were asking.
Okay, so he said you got a reaction, your return to Synergy's pre-match, but what has been the best fan reaction to your post-match?
Wow. So like after my match,
Yes.
what is? I mean, right after the match, I had tons of people reach out to me and said I was like an inspiration and things like that, because I overcame like depression and gaining tons of weight and just like life obstacles. I thought I was down and out. Like I was so depressed at one point. Like I would wait to go outside until it got dark outside. It would really get dark. I'm like, oh, it's time to go outside. Like I was low in my life, and so just seeing that I'm an inspiration to people, especially right after my match and me returning and everyone saying that you know, thank God I came back and there's a place for me in wrestling, because honestly I felt like there was no place for me. I felt like people just didn't care what I was doing, and towards the end of my run, before I took all the time off, you know, I was in a ring, I was wearing a t-shirt, and I was just going through what I thought Steve Scott would do. You know, I mean, I wasn't me. I was just going through like things I've done, and I just didn't want to be like a shell of myself. I didn't want to be known as like somebody like that. So after overcoming all that, and you know, do my return match and seeing the fans appreciate everything I've done and gone through, that meant a lot to me. You know, for real.
That's great. I did,
Yeah.
since you since you talked about it, it was going to be my next question actually. So,
Sure.
I mean, you know, with your return and your weight loss journey, like, can you talk to us a little bit about that? Like, what motivated you? I mean, you have been a great inspiration. Like, I have even talked to you that it's like, it motivates me. And like, you know, it's great to see that. And like, you know, I know it's such like a,
Right.
you know, mental high, but like, you know, what got you into that? Like, you know, maybe there's people out that are stuck, and maybe there's something, you know, you can like offer, you know, right now to say to anybody that's like in that position right now, like.
Well, I gained so much weight, and I just felt like I was so far away from my goal. I felt like where I was so far away. It just made me not want to start, because it was like, oh my God, the finish line is so far. It's going to take so long. But I was like, I just got to start now. You know what I mean? I just got to stop what I'm doing and start now. I kept on like pushing it off. And I was like, I got to start now. So I was looking up diets and things like that helped with like depression and things like that. And so I found the Carnivore Diet, and that's the diet I used to drop tons of weight at first. And my depression from actually using this diet, my depression, it's like almost gone now. I mean, I have my days, my periods where I'm a little down, but nowhere near how I was. So what the Carnivore Diet is just all meat. So like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, you just eat meat.
Oh.
It sounds weird. It sounds crazy. I mean, if you do it too long term, it's kind of unhealthy, because you're not getting a lot of things you be getting from like fruits and vegetables, things like that. So like I did it for 2 months, and I lost like 40 pounds on it,
Oh wow.
like quick. And the energy you have is like insane like that. So I did that for 2 months. Then I switched to the keto diet, which is no carbs still, because when you're just eating meat, you're not eating any carbs at all too, but you're eating greens. So I just added greens to my diet, and that's what I'm doing now, the keto diet. Just so pretty much I just eat meat and greens, eggs. That's it. It's easy. So like I used to be I'm a big eater. I love food. I love Italian food. So like I used to eat for like the enjoyment of food. Like I used to love food. Now I just eat just because, oh, all right, well, it's been like 4 hours since the last time I ate. It's time to eat. You know what I mean? Like I don't eat for like taste anymore, which, you know, it's fine. Whatever. Cravings are all gone and stuff like that. So it's tough getting into it, but it's all in your head. If you want to change bad enough, you can do it. It's all in your head.
Right.
Sure. You just got to believe it's all in your head. So
Do you still like splurge a little bit, like here and there, or you're just strictly that nothing, like those cheat days or whatever?
I do. I do, because like if I hit like a plateau on my diet where I'm not losing pounds or whatever, on the keto diet they say like a carb up day, they call it, is good, where for like one day you just eat a bunch of carbs, and it'll kind of like throw your body off, and then like sometimes I'll lose like a pound or two. So it's actually pretty good once in a while. I don't try to do it too often because I don't want to get like,
Fall
so
back.
I probably do it like every 6 weeks. I'll eat like a really good meal. I'll eat like, I think the last thing I ate was Taco Bell. It was good, but oh man, I felt really sick after. Like I was tired. My stomach was really bad. Like it was right after my return match, actually.
Oh,
No, it was,
wow.
it was a celebratory meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's right after a match, I got out of the building, I went right there, and I ordered like crunch wraps and all this stuff, and it was great. But yeah,
Alex Zane would be very proud.
right? Yes.
Ray, you want to do the fan tweet?
Yeah, perfect. Let's do it here from our next fan tweet here. They ask, with Steve Scott being an anagram of COVID tests, which test will you look more forward to in school?
That's
And this is actually from our friends from Good Cop, Bad Cop Wrestling Podcast. They always find the anagrams. It's the
Yeah,
most
they
weirdest
like
question.
axing and throwing everybody off on the podcast over here.
I'm very thrown off.
So yeah, what was the test you were looking forward to as a kid? I guess. Yeah.
Probably like gym class. It's like run a mile around there, like the outside on the track. I mean, and I am pretty old, so like school was a long time ago for me, and I've been hitting my head a lot too, so I can't remember back that far. Yeah. Let's say gym class.
There we go. We're gonna throw it up to the pacer test. That test back in. Okay, and they also ask, if you give a quizzical look on a quiz, what types of look do you give on a test?
He wants me to say testicle, doesn't he?
I guess
He
so.
wants me to say testicle, doesn't he? I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying testicle. And don't make this the actual clip you put out there. I'm not saying testicles. Don't make that the clip.
Okay.
But you technically, we're gonna move on.
I'm not saying it.
He's actually in the chat. He's dying right now, just so you know.
Thanks, Good Cop back.
Damn it. You got me.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep it going here. So, as someone who I define as definitely a veteran in this business, would you say that you prefer to be a single star or to be a part of a tag team / faction?
I like being single star. I like being by myself. Just like I said, I like being the center of attention, and I like being in like tag teams once in a while. I've been there goes my tripod. I've been in a couple tag teams throughout my career, but I prefer to be all by myself.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sharing my phone with anybody. Right? Not sharing.
Okay, so this one was funny because we had Jeff Cannonball on last week, so it was just beautiful. Like, it wasn't even planned. Like, it just set up because I had asked him to tell us one of his favorite, road trips. So, so tell us a little bit about like you throwing a slice of pizza out the window and like tell your side of the story. And I'm kind of mad at you because that's food abuse. And never mind the fact that he threw out a whole what?
Jeff threw a whole pie at the window.
I know. Well, I
decided it,
gave
so
him
it's
crap
on
too.
you.
Yeah, he said that like you two like food abuse, and I'm like mad at both of yous because I'm hungry and like
And I can't eat that food anymore, so I have no regrets right now because I couldn't eat that now anymore. I have no regrets.
How rude. Like
See, that's what it was. He knew years later he wouldn't be able to have it, so he's like,
Right.
the future Steve's gonna like me.
okay, but like what possessed you to throw the slice out? Like
I like to rib people and like have fun. So like the one kid Eddie Franken or whatever, like he was new, he was kind of new at the time, and he was so excited. Oh, my dad made all these pizzas. I'm like, oh cool, man, let me get one. Just chucked out the window, and we were like on the turnpike, probably going like 85. It probably just hit some poor guy's car as he's driving a slice of pizza. And I guess Jeff couldn't be outdone, so Jeff said, oh cool, thanks, and just threw a whole pie out the window.
that's what he
and
said.
Yeah, and if you turn around, we looked, you see all these like slices all over the road, going over, hitting cars and stuff like that. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I can't.
Oh,
Food
Yeah,
abuse.
yeah.
No.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I'm still
See,
mad
now
at
I
you.
just, oh,
Sorry,
God.
guys.
No,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
mad at you
Oh.
now. Like, all right, we're gonna move on because, like, I
Wait,
just
now I have a funny idea. I want someone to draw this comic out of them throwing it out,
Okay.
and then this is how the Ninja Turtles got their pizza. It just went into some sewer, and that's how
Right.
this all started. It's because of them.
our girl.
That's how we got the
We gotta
the
tell
turtles.
Maria to
There we
do
go.
that. That would be pretty
That
funny.
that is what
I,
happened.
I,
Yep.
I can't. We're moving on because I can't right now. I'm so upset. So fan tweet from Matt Vertigo. Woo, let's go and drip and all that fun stuff. He said, "What's your favorite selfie spot?"
Hey, what's my favorite selfie spot? Well, I have a few. So, I was wrestling Eric Corvus one time, right? And like, I was the bad guy, but actually, believe it or not. And in the beginning of the match, I'm doing all my things, and he's trying to get in my photo. I said, stop. So I went down to the floor area, right? So now I'm on the floor right outside the ring, doing this. And he's like, get in the ring, let's wrestle. Come on, get in the ring, let's wrestle. So, and he couldn't get a hold of me at all because I'm just on the floor like this, snap, snap, snap. So what he did, he went in his trunks, he pulled out his phone, and he called me. So I'm snapping. All of a sudden, my phone says Eric Corvus. And I'm like, bro, you're in the, so he's in the ring calling me from the floor. I'm on the floor, and he's like, come in the ring and wrestle me. Bro, can I take my selfies? I'm over here just trying to do my thing. Give me a minute. So, and then all of a sudden, we're on the phone, and he's like, turn around. I was like, what? And I turn around, he came flying out of the ring. So, yeah.
So he literally called the spot.
Oh,
Right,
like no.
I mean, there's probably a few more too. Do you guys want to hear more? Maybe
Yeah.
like I have another one. I was wrestling Akuma. I'm not sure if you guys know who he is.
Yep, Grand Akuma.
Okay.
Yep.
He is like a serious guy. Like he wants to fight and he wants to. So like in the beginning of the match, we're me and him are about to wrestle. I'm like selfie, whatever. He's like, let's wrestle, you punk. I'm like, okay. So I put my phone down, right? And the second we're about to like do our thing, my phone rings. I'm like, oh, it's my grandma, dude. I have to answer this. And right in the other ring, I'm answering the phone. Hello, grandma. No, I'm not doing anything right now. And then he rips the phone out of my hand and starts beating me up. So it was planned. I had someone in the back area. I was like, yeah, you give me a call when this happens. And so my grandmother called me during that, yeah. And I think I could tell you one more.
Go for it.
I was wrestling Sunny Kiss.
Yes.
And he had my phone. He's like, hold on. And then he's doing his little thing with his butt. And I'm like, oh, stop it. Then he takes my phone, puts it in the back of his underwear. So it's now my phone's on his butt and he's twerking. And I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm going to kill you. So I run at him. I go to punch him in his face. He ducks. He pulls the phone out, puts it in my mouth. So after the phone was in his ass. And then he gives me an X Factor, which X Factor, I land right on my face. So the phone's in my mouth and he gives me an X Factor in a phone. I pretty much eat my phone that was in his.
Okay, you know what the creepiest thing is? Colin literally just came in the chat before you started telling the story. He goes, hey, Tiffany, if you haven't, ask Steve about the time he took a bullet for Sunny Kiss.
Oh, okay. This had nothing to do with my phone, but Dick Justice. I don't know if you guys know who he is. Dick Justice. He does like a finger gun spot, and I think he was gonna shoot Sunny Kiss in the match. And I dove in slow motion in front of Sunny, and I got shot. And then it was like the third match of the show too, right? So then I got carried out of the ring because I was dead. And they threw me in the hallway where the fans would go like use the men's room or the ladies' room, and they left me there. So the whole show, I'm laying on the floor. So people are going around me to go to the bathroom the whole entire show, and I'm laying there dead. No one asked if I was okay. No one called the ambulance. They let me die.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait, so who are we talking to now?
I don't know. I am Tyler Breeze. How you doing?
Oh.
Oh my God, it's Tyler.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Colin. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Thanks,
Wait.
Colin.
We have another question in the chat. Justin said, being a veteran and looking back at your career, is there anything you change about your gimmick or wrestling style?
Gimmick or wrestling style? I would definitely put my hand up more for things, because I've had a lot of concussions and always hits to my head a lot of times, and so I definitely would put my hand up to absorb some blows and things like that. And I think aside from that, what would have changed? Early on, I took it more. I wasn't as like serious about it. I took it as a joke, just to have fun. So I think I wasted a few years just. But I think everybody goes through that. They just want to have fun and just like kind of feel out who they are. But you know, I think I would have gave it more. Yeah, because there's times I was in like relationships, you know, with whoever, and I would give like all my time to this person instead of being in the gym and stuff like that. And you know, I mean, and you know, so I definitely would have took more time to perfect my craft, because so I definitely would just gave a little bit more and tried a lot harder, because I think I wasted maybe a few of my years, but live and you learn,
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, let's keep it going here. So, can you talk to us a little bit about what you think has been the biggest change or growth of the independent scene since you entered to today?
No, I
Okay,
can't.
okay.
No,
Hey, that's the answer. That's it.
Hey.
the biggest change in independent scene. Ooh, there's lots of good and there's lots of bad. Vets, I feel like there's not a lot of vets like a lot of older guys to lead the way anymore. Like I think we're starting to get some now, and like I'm honestly trying. I mean, I'm trying to help out guys that are younger and new and stuff like that. And the style has changed too. It's more like strike based and things like that, and we're trying to look more, because like MMA is like where it's at now. So a lot of things now are a lot of more like that. So that has definitely changed, things like that. And, yeah, I think so. I think that's it.
Colin's
That's
got
all I can think
a
of.
follow-up question. He said, I legitimately want to ask Steve, is his JAPW match with Janela his favorite match ever, or is there another one?
That is my favorite match and moment ever in wrestling. Not just my favorite match. Just like I said earlier, 2004 was my first independent show, and that was Jersey All Pro Wrestling. I sat in the front row, and ever since that moment, I always wanted to be a professional wrestler since I was like 6. But like growing up, I'm like, maybe I can't because I look like this or whatever. I mean, I'm like just a kid. So then I went to the independent show in 2004, and you're seeing guys in the ring that, hey, this guy kind of looks like me. This guy is like similar height as me. This guy's not huge and jacked, and so hey, maybe I do have a chance. Yeah. So like ever since then, my dream was to wrestle for Jersey All Pro. Like that was my first ever goal, to wrestle for Jersey All Pro. So when me and Joey, me and him both walked in there, like, and the crowd had no clue who we were. We were match number 1 on their anniversary show. There was like 2,000 people in the crowd, just people everywhere, and we were match number 1, and like it was insane. It was the biggest moment in my career. Like we had to go out and impress, and like after that moment, his career, like he is where he is now, and me, I did that, but it was definitely a huge moment in my career, and like yeah, it was insane. Like after the match, the fans got on their feet and they give us the please come back and all that stuff, and yeah, it was great.
It's funny because I feel like this kind of coexists a little bit with the question I was going to ask you. Like, so for a fan that hasn't seen you perform yet, would be a match that you would recommend? Would that be the match that you would recommend a fan to watch of yours?
Yeah, for sure. See that one. You can watch my work in On Point Wrestling. I've had a lot of really good matches there. Yeah, so I would just say you watch my Jersey All Pro stuff or my On Point Wrestling stuff, and you get a good idea of what I do in that ring. So yeah.
Awesome. So we've talked about those matches, but if you could choose one person to face again in a heartbeat, who would it be?
Probably my trainer, Jay Lethal. I actually have had a match with him. It was me versus Jay versus Sanjay Dutt versus Pat Buck versus Bonesaw. I don't know if you remember him. You probably remember him, Ray. And Mo Sexton. It was for SWF. Like it was a long time ago. And I was a cruiserweight champion. And I'm wrestling all these guys like Jay and Sanjay. And me and Jay started the match, and it was great. So like I would like to have a one-on-one against him. Actually, he taught me everything I know and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be my number one match right there.
Awesome. Do you have any pre-match rituals?
Selfies.
Durr. I feel stupid now asking that.
I was gonna say he was gonna probably pick out the right filter, so when he takes his selfie, like everything's ready.
That makes sense.
Charging my phone.
There you go.
No.
That
No. I probably. I'm a big proponent. I drink a lot of energy drinks. Like I get like real hype for my match. I probably just walk around and annoy everybody in the back before my matches. So probably like annoying everybody in the back because I'm like so hyped up on like energy drinks and stuff like that. And so yeah, I don't know. No, I really don't have anything really.
Okay.
No, I don't have anything weird or cool.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Maybe I'll get one. Yeah.
You'll come back and tell us like later when we have you come back down the line. Yeah, right.
Here we go. So we've asked about let's ask about best selfie you've ever taken.
Ooh.
In wrestling?
In wrestling, yes.
I've taken a selfie wearing Buff Bagwell's hat during a match versus him. That was a pretty good one. I've taken one with Gangrel. It was in a battle royal. I have him like right here in a headlock. I'm taking a selfie with him. He throws me out of the ring into a guardrail. That was definitely a good one. Those are some pretty good ones. I had somebody. I don't know if you guys remember Kefka the Quiet. Ray, do you remember him?
Rings a bell, but yeah.
He wears a mask. So I think this goes back to the other question of like a selfie in a match. Well, he actually. So me and him are having a match, and he goes for a sunset flip on me. So he's laying on the ground, and he's trying to bring me down. He pulls down my trunks, and now my ass is out. And then I'm like, what the hell? I'm chasing after him. He grabs my phone, and I run after him. And he moves out of the way, and I go through the ropes, and I hit the post. So now my ass is out, and I'm bent over in the ring with my ass out. He takes a selfie with my ass. So probably one of my best selfies is my own ass. Yeah. So I have a selfie of my own ass in my phone. So that's one of my best selfies is my own ass. And I'm not telling you where that match is at because I don't want no one to see it. It's on my OnlyFans.
Like, it'd be funny if like somebody like tweets it later, but like I know, no holds barred network.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Colin.
Colin.
I'm sure Colin knows exactly where that is. Yeah.
Oh,
darn it.
Man. Okay, what's the craziest thing a fan's done to get your attention?
Ooh.
This is the
craziest. Well, I talked about this earlier. Someone threw a chair at me, so they got my attention because they were pissed.
Yeah.
And the fans are waiting outside for me and stuff like that. I've had that happen, but like inside the ring, you have people like yelling and stuff like that, and then I ignore. They hear Tyler Breeze, and then I go, "Who said that?" So that's easy way to get my attention in a ring.
Oh God. Now, like
you just open.
Yeah, now we gotta cut this out.
We're gonna
Shit, we're live.
I don't have anything against him. Nothing against Tyler Breeze. There's no heat, brother.
Oh, man.
We're all good. It's just a joke.
All right, go ahead,
let's
Frank.
keep it going here. So you mentioned him a lot here, but can you talk to us a little bit about your relationship with Jay Lethal?
Well, it used to be a lot. We used to be closer because when he used to live like in the area, he used to live like 10 minutes from me. Now he moved, so we don't talk that much. But you know, like sometimes I'll send him like clips of me in the ring and stuff like that, and he'll critique it, and he'll still try to help me out. You know, he reaches out, and when he's in town, he'll give me a call. I'm like, hey, is there any like shows going on or training anywhere? So like, you know, I mean, like we're not as close as we used to be because, you know, he's doing his thing on, you know, over there. So, but you know, that's it.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
With you finally coming back into wrestling, is there any international aspiration in 2021 permits, maybe?
I would love to wrestle and I would love to go to like Japan, Mexico. Like I want to go places. I want to travel, and I want to go places. Because I have not wrestled outside the United States, but I would love to.
Ooh.
Well, then. Hopefully, let's see what the future permits then.
Japan, like I would love to wrestle in Japan. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Well, then, international selfies. There we go.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
If you go
then
to
we're narrowing it
Japan,
down.
you know, the Thunderdome. You hear me? Wow.
Hey,
That's because you guys were like joking around the other day about the Thunderdome. They were like, because I wasn't at Synergy, and they were like, we're gonna make the Thunderdome for Tiff so she could like sit.
Put you
Wow, like, oh my god, I feel like an ass right now. Anyway, but
Tokyo Dome.
Tokyo Dome. Sorry, that's where my brain went because of that shit with Synergy the other day. Because everybody
One of the
was
words
joking
you
around.
got right.
Yes. I don't even watch WWE. That's the funny part. But everybody was joking about it the other day about Synergy.
I'm not buying it.
No, I don't, Ray. Tell him.
No, she
She-
does.
I really don't.
Thunderdome. If I see you in a Thunderdome,
You won't. I haven't watched
I'm
WWE in
gonna
like
look.
2 years. You can look all you want. You're definitely not going to find
I'm
me.
gonna look in the Thunderdome. I'm gonna see you.
You're not going to see me.
Photoshop it, somebody. Somebody go to the Thunderdome and Photoshop her in it right now. Can somebody do that? Photoshop her
That's
in the Thunderdome.
terrible.
Thank you.
I'm done with you.
The amount of tweets we're gonna get later. Let's keep it going here. We're narrowing it down. So, what is the end goal for Steve Scott? What would you like your legacy to be?
Oh God. I would like to be an inspiration to people. Like I like to inspire and like the younger kids and things like that. And like if you see me at shows, I mean, like not especially now, you know, can't be too close to the fans now, but I'll take my time out and talk to my little fans and things like that, and just try to like, you know. Also, I like to inspire, and you know, I just want people to look back into my career. I'm like that guy had fun and he loved what he did, you know, because I actually really do. I love being in the ring, so that's it.
Awesome.
So with finishing this interview off, to all inspiring or amateur wrestlers out there, what's a piece of advice that you would give them?
Have a good backup plan. You know what I mean? Like have something that if it doesn't work out, or when this is done, when wrestling is done, you have something to do. Because I made it my all, and you know, in certain parts of my life, you know, I regret that. You know what I mean? So, but backup plans are good, and just yeah, I would say that's probably number one. Have a nice plan.
That's good.
Outside of wrestling, yeah.
Awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah, right.
Well, then, usually this would be the end. This is where we start narrowing it down. We start doing, but I have a little bit of a bonus question here.
Ooh.
Because I know Tiff by now would have tried to throw me under the bus, ask you to chop me at the next show.
But we've already had that.
That's already happened.
That's happened at the.
We even got a selfie. It's out there,
Yeah.
guys. The selfie and the chop. Still feeling it, but
Yeah.
have to do this because, again, like I said, I do respect you. I do consider you a veteran. I gotta ask, once I'm ready, still in the wrestling training, but once I'm ready, how about a match?
Ooh.
Oh, he's getting payback for that chop, huh? Yeah, 100%, man. Let's do it.
Oh man.
There you go.
Oh.
When do we plan to see you in the ring?
Everything permits next year.
Okay.
Oh
Colin.
man. I feel like we have an in because like we have Colin always on the show and like we love our dear friend Colin.
He's the best. I love Colin.
Definitely love Colin. So, but yeah. So tell everybody where they can find you if they're not following you already because they should be. So
My address is. No, I'm joking. You find me on Facebook at I think it's Steve Scott or Steven Scott. Twitter's Too Hot Steve Scott. Instagram, I know I just made one like two weeks ago. Like right after my match back, I made an Instagram. Isn't that weird? I just made an Instagram, guys.
yeah.
You would think that's the place where
Yeah.
selfies usually go.
Yeah, like now the butt picture needs to go up there because you talked about it. Like,
All right. I mean, I did have an Instagram like a couple of years ago, and then I took like a break from wrestling a few years ago, and then I was like, I want to get rid of one of my social medias. I'm always on my phone doing things. I just want to get rid of one, and I just got rid of my Instagram. But now that I'm back, I'm like, maybe I'll bring it back. So I just brought it back. So you can follow me on Instagram at Selfie Superstar. Go follow me.
You have to go post the pictures like that you do take.
Not my
during
butt.
No.
Stop it.
I wasn't
That's for
gonna say
OnlyFans.
that's
for
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, so you'll see if you're joining the OnlyFans. No. You need to post the ones that you take during your matches because even when you were at Synergy, like it was so much fun to like see that. Like even that I made the GIF with you and Matt Vertigo, and he's like, no.
And everybody always asks, like, is that your real phone in the ring? Yes, it's this right here. This phone I'm using to record is the phone I use in the ring.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have insurance on it. You believe I do?
No, but definitely like post some of those because that's kind of cool to have. Like as a fan, like it's kind of cool to see those actual ones because the one that Casey Navarro took, it was pretty cool because he went up and like he got the fans, so you see like me, April, Brad, Margaret, Kathy. Yeah, it was pretty cool like to see that. So like to actually see it live in action somewhere, like I would love to see like more of that like on your Instagram.
For sure.
So
okay,
but guys, all his information is in the description below, just in case. So make sure you go over there and go click.
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 Wait a second. I just noticed I skipped the question.
You did skip
I was
the question.
being nice.
I thought you were
being
like
so nice. I wasn't going to throw Tim under the bus.
I figured.
But I got to. I got to throw her under the bus.
You don't have to because I'm ending the podcast now.
Nope. We gotta ask this question.
I can cut you off. I can cut you off.
You're not cutting it off.
I can cut it off. Bye, guys.
Leave it on.
Wow. We're still going to ask the question. We'll get the answer just for us.
It's going to happen. With or without you here.
So, you faced Tiff's #1 husband, Anthony Gangone, in the past. Your thoughts on the one above all? Wow. And would you want to tangle with him once again?
Rude.
You want to know my thoughts about him in character or in like how I really feel?
Let's go character. And would you want to wrestle him again?
Well, I'm going to speak real about him. Anthony Gangone, I always tell him this. I mean, he's one of my favorite indie wrestlers. Like his mind and like the way he wrestles in the ring. Like I actually think he's great. But Too Hot Steve Scott thinks he's a piece of crap. And Anthony Gangone, you want to step in the ring? No, I would honestly love to step in the ring with him because his mind it would make me work like twice as hard in the ring. It'll push me to another level, So yeah, 100%. I would like to work with him.
Awesome. There you go. See, Tiff, it wasn't that bad.
You're rude. You're rude.
I put him over. He's a good guy.
Of course he is.
You picked the good one.
That's why he's #1 husband. So like.
I saw him post earlier. He was like, my wife and my wife.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh, that's weird.
I love it. People don't know now, like the whole thing with the list of husbands and that Gangon's my number one husband, and I don't know what you guys are sleeping on by now. Like, so, I don't know.
Well then.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, all that fun stuff. So again, make sure you check out Steve Scott over here. I'm looking forward to. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm scared. What's he got?
Go ahead.
There we go. Selfie inception.
I expect those pictures up on the social medias, okay?
They're actually fake phones. I actually have a stack of like 20 of these that someone gave me, all these fake phones. So if you ever see on my page how I do that spot where I pull out all these phones?
Yeah. There you go. Makes sense. Makes sense. That was great. That was great.
Little bit of that TV magic there, guys.
I love
there you
it.
go.
Right?
I love it.
I blew it.
You're not supposed
Now
to
Ray
tell.
knows.
No, you're not supposed to tell all the secrets.
Oh.
Not everything. No.
These are real. Look at that. Look at the time.
It's so real.
It's like a Me Too phone or whatever they call it
Yeah,
or
right?
whatever.
Oh, man.
But guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
You guys are great. I'm your host as always, the EVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Queen of the Indies. That's the law. Ray Ramundo, who I'm gonna smack in the face, and to Steve Scott. Thank you guys.
That to me, I